October 22nd, Sunday, a little bit past 8 o'clock here in the morning in Colorado. It's a cloudy day so far. And I didn't want to turn the lights on, didn't want to light the candle, just finished actually working the network, which I never do on Sundays, but because of the insanity of this past week, I needed to continue with my contractual obligation with them, and I was pleasantly surprised. Not that I was busy, pretty quiet, but I got so used to working the network and having people ask me about relationship questions and career questions and all of those other kinds of questions that people expect when you work for a psychic telephone network. And this lady called up this morning and wanted to know about her husband. And lo and behold, to discover that she was referring to her husband who had passed more than 3 years ago. And it was the sweetest, most gentlest, fun, filled with healing, filled with love, filled with memories reading that I've done on the phone for the network in quite some time. So I keep referring back in my head the last few days to something I saw on Carl Gray's post on Facebook, and I love it, and I keep repeating it now in my head over and over and over again. And that is, Lord, I am ready to serve and be served as I serve. When we come from a place of love, when we come from a place of peace, when we come to say, here I am, Lord, know that you are sending out your thoughts, know that you are sending out your love, know that you are sending out your peace, and may it come back to you 1,000-fold. While I was on the network this morning, I kept hearing, don't do a card reading. I know, don't do a card reading for my YouTube channel. And I'm like, okay. And I kind of hesitated about that. I actually have, the deck standing by, because I don't do normal readings on Sundays. The typical answer question, overview of the week kind of thing. And as I was sitting there, I just kept saying, don't do a reading. When I got off the network, it was kind of still the same, don't do a reading. But I'm playing with the box. So I'm listening to logic, and I'm listening to spirit. I'm listening to my head, and I'm listening to my soul. And I'm asking for divine guidance on what to do for this beautiful and wonderful and sanctified Sunday. And I think, no, I know. I'm being directed to say, seek your peace. Seek your peace and seek your love. And to calm yourself. And before you leave for church today, for those of you who go to church, stop before you leave your home and put your day into prayer for guidance, for love, for protection on your journey, for giving thanks for the beautiful day that it is, that we were granted another day. If you're going to church before you leave your home, pray for the choir leader, the organist, the pianist, that the songs that they've chosen for this day, this sanctified Sunday, fill your heart with peace, fill your soul with love. Pray for those who serve from behind the altar, that they are filled with the Holy Spirit, that the words that you hear resonate with you in a positive way. Go without judgment. Go with love. Go with peace. Lay your crosses down in prayer. And know that you don't have to pick them all up again. Once you've given them to God, let go and let God. And if there are crosses you still need to carry, pray for the strength and the wisdom to be able to do so. There are so many different religions in the world. There are so many different church denominations. There are so many different beliefs. There are so many different cultures. But when you stop and when you analyze it all in our human brain, where we like to analyze things according to logic and ego and vanity, but when you boil it all down, it really comes down to a very simple statement. What keeps us united, what keeps us strong, what keeps us going is love. That's what these are all about. And if you are a Bible reader or the Quran or the Torah or whatever, when you read them all, since the beginning of time, what it's all come down to, the very basic tax, the very basic facts, is love. Love for all and love for everything. The last 100 years of progress hasn't been brought about by love. That's been brought about by greed. And yet we all love the progress, supposedly. There are times I wish to go back to a much more simple and basic life. Hard though that was too. But it is simple, basic facts. If you're a father or a mother that raised children because you wanted to raise children, your bond of love never breaks. This wonderful woman's husband came through, but he was brought to me by his mother, because I felt a woman first, and it was clearly an older woman, and it was clearly a mother feeling. And then he was allowed to step through to speak to his wife, to speak to his children, to pass on messages and memories of peace and of love. That's really what this is all about. It's a sanctified day. For those of you who have to work it, I thank you for your service. For those of you who protect us and work this day, I thank you for your service. For those of you who are light workers, peacekeepers, readers, and do so out of love and a longing for peace, I thank you for your service. For those of you who stand in ministries, missions, chapels, hospice care, or say prayers for your family or your community, I thank you for your service and I thank you for your prayers. So today's message really is stop. Go to a place of love in your heart, in your soul. Put it into prayer. People ask me all the time, Monica, how do I pray? Well, talk to God like he's your best friend. Because you know what? He is. And he loves you unconditionally. Loves each and every one of us unconditionally. So talk to him like your best friend. And then feel the love in meditation. Those two go so beautifully hand in hand. Meditate. Stop your thoughts. Stop your fears. Stop your worries and concerns. And get centered. And if those worries, concerns, thoughts, or fears come in the way, acknowledge them and send them on their way. And they come from a place of your heart, come from a place of your soul, come from a place of your love energy. And let that shine. Blessed be your day. Walk in peace. Walk in love. Take a deep breath. Thanks for watching. Namaste.